All right, everyone. A very good evening to all of you once again. I am Dr. Apurva Chauhan, and it gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to this inspiring and empowering workshop series, which is called Elevate Your Presence, a workshop that's based on personal branding and grooming. So, students, I hope you're looking forward to get better at all the things that you're going to learn here. And specifically, students at Amity University Online, we firmly believe that true education goes beyond the textbooks and the classrooms. It's also about shaping the individual who is confident, who is skilled, and ready to make their mark in the professional world. In today's fast paced environment, students, where first impression can open doors and personal branding plays a pivotal role in shaping careers, this workshop aims to equip you with tools to carry yourself with poise, authenticity, and impact. So, through these engaging sessions that you have with our expert guides, you'll delve into key aspects of image management, social confidence, professional etiquette, and powerful communication, which is crucial element for success in everyday sphere of life. Now, especially what are you looking at when you talk about these workshop? It will include a number of elements, like for example, mastering social and corporate etiquette, understanding professional styling, image consultancy, and refining interpersonal and non-verbal communication, and so on and so forth. So for today, we meet for the second session of this workshop series, which is called Fundamentals of Etiquette and Dining Conduct. And it is my privilege to introduce and welcome our expert for tonight. That's Miss Roshi Kapoor. She is a certified soft skill trainer from SQA, an image consultant from the Image Consulting Business Institute, and a certified life coach socializing in personal growth and development. With an experience working with corporates like Coca Cola and Provoke, she is currently an etiquette coach at Amity Finishing School. Ms. Kapoor, she excels in practical learning-based session on tea and dining etiquette and social manners. She also conducts soft skill training for students and professionals on topics like goal setting, time and stress management, and self-esteem enhancement, with a focus on etiquette and confidence building for preteens and teenagers as well. So, this is for all my participants here. This workshop is a brilliant opportunity for you to refine your skills with respect to dining. And I hope you will gain more confidence and a strong hold on dining etiquette. So, Ms. Roshi Kapoor, we are very delighted to have you here and we look forward for this engaging session that you have stored for all of our students. And now I welcome you to please take the virtual space and begin with the session. Thank you so much,
Thank
ma'am.
you. Thank you, Dr. Purva. Thank you so much. That was so sweet of you. Without any delay, I would just share the PPT. Very good evening, everyone. So glad to be here, and I am really excited to start this session. And I saw a lot of you are messaging saying that, ma'am, can we please open the mics? Guys, just imagine you are some 300 in number. If all of you are going to start asking questions at one go, I don't know how much of the session will I be able to cover. Okay, so you can definitely put your queries in the chat box. I'll keep checking that, and Dr. Purva will help me if in case I miss any. Okay, so few of you had some doubts that how is dining etiquette going to help us? Okay, without me telling you that, let me ask you, don't you think you need to know about dining etiquette? And how do you think it's going to be useful? If, say, let me put a situation to you. You know, you walk into a fine dine restaurant, okay? And if you find that on your table, let's say there are three forks, three knives, and three spoons kept there on one mat, okay? And you do not know which one to use. Don't you think it's going to help? Don't you think it's going to add on more to your knowledge? And at the professional front, I'm sure a lot of you are working right now. So a lot of times, you know, these days the meetings, they happen over a cup of coffee or over a meal. Do you agree with me? Do you think this is going to add on to any bit of your knowledge? First, give me the answer to this. Then only I want to go on. Okay. Okay, people do agree. Guys, I don't want to go on with a boring lecture. All right, I'm not going to make this session one way. I want all of you to participate. I want all of you to put it in the chat box, whatever you feel. Okay, I'm here to read. Don't worry. I'm here to teach you something different today. I really, really, really hope you are going to take away good things from this session today. Okay, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Love the energy. Love the fact that the chat box is filling up. Okay, great. So, as I just mentioned, at the professional front, probably a meeting is going to happen. And of course, even when you're dining with your family and you're in a fine dine restaurant, if you know the right techniques and the ways of eating, don't you think it adds on more confidence? Yes, of course, we start feeling more confident, and our entire posture, our entire body language changes once we know the things. Yes, I hope you agree with me on this one. And of course, when we are in a restaurant, even if we are with our cousins, with our friends, don't you think we are just being evaluated or being judged all the time on the basis of how we are eating? Okay, so that's how important dining etiquette is. Okay, a lot of people use the word etiquettes. So, without going further, I first want to clarify this. The word is etiquette. Okay. There is no S to it, singular or plural. The word is etiquette. So, kindly do not use the word etiquettes. Okay. And I've already told you why it is important for us to know about dining etiquette. Okay, quickly. Now tell me, have you ever helped your mothers in laying a table? And if you have, then you should definitely know the right order of how to put the fork, knife, and spoon there. Do you know? Okay, everybody knows the plate comes in the center. Do you know what comes where? Okay, can you put it on the chat box? Can you all just put it on the chat box? Okay, somebody says fork on the left. Okay, what about water, sir? Somebody's written water. Okay, knife on the right. Not aware. I really don't know. Okay, no problem if you don't know. You can just give it a try. Okay, I don't know the order. So there is something that you're going to know by the end of this session. Water on the top of knife. Okay, okay, I agree with you. Water on the right. Okay, glass. Okay, guys, I'm not asking about glass right now. I just asked about fork, knife, and spoon. Give me spoon in the middle. Where middle? Okay, knife, plate, spoon, knife. Oh, he's put knife twice. Okay, okay, okay. Knife is right. Anybody else? Fork on right. Somebody says fork on left. Somebody says fork on right. Okay. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you so much. I like the fact that at least people are bothered to try, or at least they are, whatever bit of knowledge that you have, you are trying. Okay, great. Great. Okay, somebody says we don't use knife at the table. It's absolutely fine. You don't use knife in everyday meals, but however, don't you think you should know where the knife is supposed to be kept? Okay, guys, I'm going to help you now. Wait. Before I go on to the order of fork, knife, and spoon, I want to first tell you that let's say you've gone for a very formal dinner. Okay, so what happens is you would have seen a lot of times there is somebody who's standing outside with a table or a podium kind of thing. Now he's the one who takes down the number of people. Okay, so he says, sir, ma'am, family of how many? Okay, so you need a table of 5, you need a table of 10. All right, so I'm going to arrange it, and then you keep waiting outside, and then he goes and figures out whether the table is free or not. What is that person called? Can you guess for me? What is that person called? It's a French word. Let me give you a clue. Receptionist, no. Okay, it's good to try. It's all right to be wrong. Okay. Usher, waiter, no. Waiters are actually, let's call them servers. That's a better word, but they are inside the restaurant. Butler, no. Okay, crew, no. uh, Okay, host. No, 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 guys. Good try. Chauffeur is somebody who drives the car, sir. No worries. Good try. Manager. Okay, that's a good try. Actually, now I'll tell you, it's a French word. it's derived from the word manager. It's called maitre d'. Okay, that's a French word. Okay, somebody just asked me here, is this going to help us for our career? Okay, any bit of knowledge, if it is upskilling you, beta. Okay, so if you're going to have a formal, a meal with your colleagues, the professional atmosphere with the people you work with, and if you have this knowledge, it's definitely going to help you in some point in time. Okay, in life, definitely. So never say no for extra knowledge. Okay, so I may leave these small details, but they are definitely going to help you tomorrow. The person is called maitre d'. Now, maitre d' refers to manager of the hotel. Okay, now his job is to take you and your family, and he takes you into the restaurant inside towards, he guides you to the table, and once he settles you there, then he leaves and he goes back outside the restaurant. That's all his job is. After that, the server takes care of you. All right. So this was something that you should know. So I added on. Okay. Uh, just one second. Okay, guys, at every step, I've made these videos. Okay, so because the file has become very heavy, it might lag a little. But in case you're not able to hear and you want me to play the video again, do put it in the chat box. I will take care of all those queries. Okay, they're small videos because it's an online session and I can't physically show you things. That's why I've made these videos for you. Okay, so just listen to this one.
When you walk into a fine dine restaurant, you pull a chair for yourself, don't make too much dragging noise, and always walk in from the left hand side. And you settle yourself. And rule number 2, no elbows on the table. Please mind that your elbows can make your clothes dirty from here, or they can even interfere with the cutlery kept on the mat. And once you're done with the meal, then you leave from the right, and also remember to put your chair back in its place.
Okay, I hope that video, that was very simple, small video. It just said that you're supposed to enter from the left, and once you're done with the meal, you leave from the right. Okay, and there was a very important thing that I mentioned there is that no elbows on the table while having a meal. Okay, so the same thing is shown in this video too. Please have a look.
Ma'am, I think the voice is not there.
Ma'am, there was no voice in this video.
Okay.
So there was just music. Guys, there was no voice in this video. There was just music. A lot of such videos, guys. You are going to find them at our Insta handle for the Amity Finishing School. You can please follow it, and you can also find these videos for your knowledge. All right. This just that we very often we keep putting up new videos which is related to dining and which is related to all the other sessions that you are going to have, the one that you had with Dr. Shani last Wednesday and the future ones also. Okay, whether it's related to dining, whether it's related to image, so please follow us at the Amity Finishing School. Okay, so another video which said a very simple thing that you cannot put your elbows on the table. You cannot put your hands completely like this when you are chatting with somebody. The only thing that you can do is you can put your wrist on the table while having a conversation with somebody. Okay, let's come to the question that I had asked. Okay, so it's a very simple rule. Where are forks supposed to be kept? Where are knives supposed to be kept? And where are spoons going to be placed on a mat? Just listen to this video. If it doesn't make it clear, then I'm going to reiterate the fact for you.
Okay, to understand the folks rule, we'll go by the letters of the word folks. Starting from left to right, the first element would be the fork. F for fork. O will represent the plate. And R I've written in small, nothing is with the R. Then comes K K would be the knife, and please note the sharper side of the knife will be facing the plate, and S would be the spoon. So this is the forks rule. F, O representing the plate, drop the R, K for knife, and S for spoon.
Okay, did you guys understand this? Now it's a very simple way of remembering the fact that where is the cutlery going to be, which cutlery is going to come where. We are going to go by the spellings of the word forks. So F, we starting from the left to the right. F is fork, O will represent the plate. We drop the R, there is nothing with the R. K is the knife. Sharper side of the knife is always facing the plate, and S for spoon. Did you understand that? Did you get that logic? Will you now remember it? Okay. Full? Yeah, folks, did you understand folks rule? Okay, great. Thank you. Now, quickly answer this question. Why did I say that the sharper side of the knife should be facing the plate? Please make your guesses, do whatever. Give me answers in the chat box. Why do you think the sharper side of the knife is facing the plate? Why? Quickly. To keep it safe? Safe from whom? It can hurt us. Okay. Divya, the dining knives are not that sharp. They are not the fruit and the vegetable knives. They're not like that. They're not as sharp. So it can, I don't think it can ever hurt. But okay. Srishi says easy to pick and use. Yes, ma'am. That is one of the logic. Guys, one of the reasons because it is right side. So facing left. Okay, to give indication that meal is not over. No, no. To keep it clean for a close setting. Okay. Improper to face knife towards others. Very good, Mohammed Ashmal. Very good, yeah, very good. Thank you so much for answering, guys. I like the excitement. I love the fact that everybody is putting something on the chat box. This is what I want. I want everybody to be involved and to learn more this way. Okay, great. Now listen, guys. The main logic is one. Okay, when you keep the sharper side on the towards the plate, it's just easy for me to pick up the knife and start cutting because the knife always comes in the right hand, the dominant hand. If any one of you is a left hander, you can reverse the process. However, left handers are generally very versatile. If they are okay holding it with the right hand, please go ahead and do that however you want it. But 90% of a population is right-handed. So when you go to restaurants, you would find that the knife will be kept on the right only because it's easier to pick up and easier to start cutting with the knife. Okay. So one reason I think Srishti mentioned, very good. And the other reason, Muhammad Ashwal, right? If I'm not getting your name wrong, that was it is improper. Okay. Let's say if I am supposed to share a pair of scissors with you. Okay. Will I ever give the scissors or even knife to anybody like this? Take. Lelo, please take it. Will I ever give it to somebody like that? No. Why don't we do that? Because it's not considered the right way. You can't give it to somebody like this with the sharper side facing them. Okay. So you will always give a knife or a scissors to somebody like this where they can quickly hold the back of it. Right. So similarly, on the table, if we have the sharper side of knife outside, which means it's insulting to the people who are sitting around me. Okay, so the sharper side will always be facing me, facing the plate, facing towards me. It can never be facing the people around. I hope that logic was good enough. Did you understand this logic, guys? Please put a yes in the chat box quickly if you did. Okay, great. Thank you. So that is the reason why we put the sharper side facing us. Okay, let me go ahead. I have enough to cover with you. Let me do as much as possible. Okay, another very important thing when I said in the beginning of the session that you walk into a restaurant, you find a lot of cutlery kept there. Okay, so let me first ask you, do you know the difference between cutlery and crockery, guys? Do you know the difference between cutlery and crockery? Okay, let me come to this slide first. All these are cutlery. Let's say the knife, the fork, the spoon, and even the, let's say, the dessert spoon, dessert fork, everything is cutlery. Okay, this is also called silverware for the simple reason that they're generally silver. But however, let me be very honest, these days very fancy cutlery is coming. I don't know if you've seen it. There's black and gold, there's rose gold, there is everything. Okay, but still cutlery is generally called silverware. Crockery. Okay, now the plate, the bowls, let's say these kind of bowls or even glasses, everything is comes under crockery. Okay, one trick question, guys. This is a soup spoon. Okay, even this is a soup spoon. Okay, now this one is a steel spoon. This will come under cutlery. Okay, this is obviously part of cutlery, but it is also a soup spoon. Soup spoon is completely round. Okay, now this is also a soup spoon. What is this? Will it come under cutlery or crockery? Quickly put it in the chat box. Let me see. Somebody says crockery, crockery. Okay, there are people still saying cutlery. Okay, okay. Okay, great. Let me break the suspense to you. It is actually crockery. You know why? Why? Because of the material it is made. Yes, somebody just wrote that ceramic. Okay, because of the material it is made, it can break. Okay, bone china, chinaware. That's why it's also called chinaware. So whatever material it is made from, it will come fall under crockery. Okay. Now that you know the difference between cutlery and crockery, I can tell you about one more thing, a rule which is called outside to inside. Okay, so just listen to this, then I will clear your queries about it. Just see this video.
To understand the rule outside to inside, what is this rule? Basically, do you understand the meal courses that come? Okay, if you walk into a fine dine restaurant where you see two forks on your left, we see one knife, two spoons. So, how am I going to decide which cutlery is to be used for what? We will decide the cutlery as per the meal courses. Okay, now, first thing that came, let's say it's a salad. So I'm going to use the fork which is on the outside, outermost. Okay, so this is a salad fork. Just for your information, a salad fork is smaller than the main course fork. So I'm going to take this salad fork for having my salad. Okay, then the next thing that comes, let's say it's soup. So I will now use the soup spoon, which is again on the outermost side. So this is a soup spoon which is completely round and it will be kept on the outside. Then comes another spoon which will be the main course spoon. So now I know when the soup has come, I have to pick up the outermost spoon. So then the rule outside to inside is followed. Similarly, if there are two knives kept, so I'll have to decide, let's say appetizers have come. One, I will use the one which will be kept on the outside will be used for appetizers, and later when the main course comes, I will use the one which is closest to the plate. That's what outside to inside rule is all about.
Guys, this was a little technical. Did you understand this? So now don't be confused about how many knives or forks or spoons are kept. As per the course means whatever is coming first, you go from cutlery, you start using from outside to inside. Okay, is that good? Okay, did everybody understand? Is it placed based on the menu? Okay, so okay, I want to clarify this. Yes, it is first dependent on the place that you're going to visit. Okay, and also if you're going to have a 3-course meal, 4-course meal, what are you going to eat? A lot of places there'll be only in very basic restaurants you'll see only one fork, one knife, and one spoon kept. Okay, you can call them main course fork, main course knife, main course spoon, or some people even call them AP. AP. AP is all purpose. All purpose fork, all purpose knife, and all purpose spoon. Okay. So certain restaurants, they do not believe where the level of formality is not that high. So it's not a very fine dine place. So they will just keep one fork, knife, and spoon. So that will be AP. Okay. So it's definitely, it is dependent on a lot of factors. First of all, where are you going? How fine dine is it? How formal the place is? And how many course meals are you going to do? Let me come to the meal courses, and I think then you'll get a better picture of the outside to inside rule also. Okay, so meal courses. Meal courses, ideally the order should be this. Okay, the first thing that comes is appetizers, which are your snacks. Okay, the second thing that comes is salad. The third thing is soup. Okay, now then after soup there is something that the restaurant people serve, which is called a sorbet. Sorbet is not something that you order. It is something that the restaurant people give on their own. Okay, and who can tell me what's a sorbet? Okay, yes. Guys, can I please request all these questions you can ask the online department little later. You have not got your books or whatever. Please ask this later. Sorbet, it's kind of a juice. Did somebody say juice? Okay, compliment, don't know, cleanser. Okay, palate cleanser. Thank you. Thank you so much. That makes life easy. Yes, a lot of you know it. Okay, great. So what happens is, guys, let me give you the logic. Okay, so when you started having the meal, okay, you had your appetizers, you had your salad, then you had your soup. So now what's happened is that there are a lot of tastes in the mouth. Okay, so now just before the main course, the restaurant people want that your entire palate should be cleaned. Okay, do you know what's a palate, guys? Is everybody aware of what's a palate? Okay, let me tell you, palate is this, the thing which is above. In Hindi, I think they call it talu, if I'm not mistaken. So they call it talu. Okay, there are people who are saying no, you don't know, now you know. This is palate. Okay, so this is what is palate. This is what gives you all the tastes in the mouth. Okay, so what are you eating, whether it's something very sour or it is bitter or it is sweet? How do you come to know? So it's because of your palate, and now your palate is full of different tastes. Okay, because you had appetizer, salad, soup, you had so much. Now since there is so much, so this sorbet is actually depending from place to place. Generally, okay, mostly they are served in small shot like glasses. It's an ice slush drink. Okay, ice. Have you ever tried ice slushy somewhere? Yeah, so something like that, something on those lines. It can be a flavored thing, and basically when you have ice, so it cleanses your palate, and now my mouth is ready to take the main course in. Okay, so main course, it is also called entree in French. So it's a word commonly used, and you should know this. It's entree. Main course is also called entree, and then comes the desserts. Okay. So this is something that you should know. This is the ideal order which is followed, and now you also know what is sorbet. All right. Okay, guys. Is it so far so clear? Everything good? Yeah, like rasam. Oh my God. No, rasam is not ice slush drink. This is an ice slush drink. Okay. I just said, Anik, I just said sorbet is an ice slush drink. It is to clean your palate. Okay. Now that the entire palate is clean, so we can have our main course. We'll enjoy the main course. I mean, the taste of main course. Okay. What is main course? Oh God, main course. Great. I'm glad you asked that question. No problem. Main course is basic, jo main food that you have ordered. Okay, like appetizers is snacks. Then salad came. Then soup came. So whatever main course you're eating, it's also dependent on the cuisine that you're eating. Let's say you are eating Indian. So when the breads, the paranthas or the naans have come and your dal makhani has come, so that is your main course. Okay, but in case you are eating a continental meal or the any other, let's say Chinese or anything else, so then the main course would be according to the cuisine. Okay, so mostly outside the cuisines are proteins. Proteins are, they call it proteins, like maybe a chicken or maybe a fish. So that will be their main course. Okay, so it's really dependent on the cuisine that you're eating. All right, guys, let's quickly come to napkin etiquette now. Okay, this is something very, very important, something that you should know. All of us think that why is she teaching napkin? It's so simple. We just have to open it and keep it there. And some of you do have a habit. Okay, first see the video, then I'm going to talk more about it. Okay, everybody, please look at the video.
Napkin etiquette. So you're going to take this napkin, you're going to let it be folded into half and then place it on your lap like this with the opening edges towards you. Okay, why? The logic is that if I'm going to eat something here with my right hand, and mostly when I get this hand dirty, so I'm going to use my left hand, quickly pick up one open edge and take my dirty hand inside and wipe it there and put this back the way it was originally. So this basically helps that the people on my left and right are not able to see the stains. So they are all hidden inside this layer of the napkin. Similarly, now if I want to clean my mouth, I will again use my left hand, pick up one open edge, take the index finger of right hand, put it inside and very gently blot. Okay, please don't rub your face with a napkin like this, just gently blot. And once you're done with the meal, you gently fold it and you put it on the left hand side of the plate. Now, one thing to notice, in case in between the meal, I want to excuse myself for, let's say, going to washroom or I need to take an urgent call, where do I put the napkin? I get up and I put the napkin on the chair. The idea is that you're communicating with the waiter. So now when you have gone for some time, the waiter would know that there is food in the plate and there is somebody coming back and he's not supposed to take the plate away.
Okay, guys, was that clear or should I just explain you more? Okay, now something about napkin. Okay, see what happens is people, you all know that there's a napkin kept and you're supposed to put it on your nap. Okay, great. But did you know the napkin is the first thing where you start communicating with the server? Okay, so it is a form of communication when you start the communication with the server. Very, very important, guys. People do not generally follow this, but when I go walk into a restaurant and there is a napkin kept on the table without even ordering or looking at the menu, you should ideally, okay, where is the napkin kept? It's always generally on the plate, on the main course plate. If the plate is not there, then also the napkin is kept with a ring holder or in some different shape, whatever they make something out of it. So you very gently pick up the napkin and you place it on your lap. That is the first step of communicating with the server. That actually means that the waiter is supposed to get you the menu card. Okay, however, a lot of us are not following this etiquette, and a lot of restaurants can, you can trust me that even the waiters are not even trained on the same. But if you're asking me the right etiquette, I'm supposed to tell you the right one, which is that you pick up the napkin and you place it on your lap. The first communication is that get me the menu card. Okay, now once you have the menu card and you have ordered, then I told you how to place it on your lap. Now there are various theories on this, guys. Okay, again, first thing I should have told you this earlier, that etiquette generally varies from culture to culture. Okay, so etiquette in general varies from culture to culture, where I'm not even talking about dining. Okay, so how you greet people, like and any other country from India has different ways, right? Some of them will quickly tell you to sit, some of them would mind if you put one leg crossing over the other, and a lot of various things which happen in various countries to country specific. Similarly for dining, okay, so if you watch a lot of reels, people say that the open edges should not be towards you. Okay, so I am telling you that where do you think the etiquette, dining etiquette for India started? Okay, can you put it in the chat box? Where do you think the dining etiquette for India started? Who did we adopt it from? British, obviously. Yes, thank you, Mandeep. Of course, we adopted from the British because the British ruled us for so long. So our culture or our etiquette was initially from there. But however, with the course of time, we have kind of adopted our own means and customized as per our needs, right? So I am just telling you that you put the open edges towards you because, especially for women, it's very convenient to take the open edge and clean the mouth, especially because they have makeup on. And for men, it is generally said that keep the open edges away from you. Okay, you can follow whatever you want. Ideally, the one that I displayed here, that I showed in the video, is the most suitable one, because it's very easy to clean your hands like this. And if you go into different countries, you'll see different napkin etiquette also. Okay, I also mentioned one thing, that once you're done with the meal, where do you keep the napkin, guys? If you heard the video, put it in the chat box. Where do you keep the napkin once you're done with the meal? Harishma, on the plate? No, no, not on the plate. Yes. Thank you, everyone. I said on the left side of the plate. Thank you. Okay. Now, the reason why I asked that question was, did you know that the French people, they put it on the right hand side? Okay. So there are a lot of things which are different between the American, the British way, and, the continental way, the European way. Yes. So a lot of things will differ there. I am telling you what we generally follow here. Okay, cool. Another very important thing that I made in the video was, if you are excusing yourself, you put the napkin on the chair. The simple basic reason is you are communicating with the server that please do not take my plate away. Okay, even if your family is there, everybody sitting around, it just takes a fraction of a second where the server comes and takes the plate away. So I'm sure everybody will tell him that don't take that plate away, and the person is gone outside to take a call or is in the washroom. But if you keep the napkin there, the server gets the message loud and clear. Okay, is that all right so far? So clear? Okay, let's go on to the next one. This is the same thing that I've said in the video. How do you gently blot, okay, with the napkin? And as I said, after you're done with the meal, okay, sorry, when you're excusing yourself, then you put it on the chair. You do not put it on the table. You do not put it on the back of the chair, guys. Okay? And once you're done with the meal, you put it on the left. You do not crush it, and you do not put it on the right. All right, let's quickly come to eating with fork and knife. Dr. Apurva, are you there? Dr. Apurva? Okay, guys,
Yes,
this
ma'am.
is something, yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Vinny ma'am, Dr. Purva, can I just give them a minute? If they are at home, can they get a plate and fork and knife and spoon? Is that
Yes,
okay?
ma'am.
Yeah?
Of course, the students, you can please do as ma'am is directing.
Guys, it is not compulsory. It is not a mandate. However, I would love it if you have it available with you at home. Just get one main course plate, one fork, one knife, and one spoon. I'll give another 2 minutes. Please go ahead and get it so that you can practice with me. Please. Is that okay? Should I be waiting for people? Are you getting it? Okay. So those who are outside the house, they can't. Those who can't access it, it's absolutely fine. There is no compulsion into it, but if you can get it, then please do. If it is possible for you, then please get it. Srishti, you asked me a question. Napkin should open at the arrival of the main course. No, I just told you. Ideally, you place the napkin on your lap once the you enter a restaurant and you get yourself seated. Then only you do it. Okay. So it is just that it's a communication to the server. He's going to give you the menu card, and whenever the food arrives, till then the napkin is supposed to be on your lap. Okay. See, I said if you can get it, it's fine. If you cannot get it, there is no compulsion. It's absolutely fine. Okay. In case you can, then whatever I'm going to show in the video, and you're going to practice it along with, I cannot even see you. I can't even see what you guys are doing, but I'm just saying it'll be more, you'll follow more. You'll understand things in a better way. That's all. Okay, thank you. Thank you guys, whoever took the effort and whoever has got everything, gathered everything. That was really nice. Great. It's absolutely fine, Aditi. No problem. Whoever is outside, it's absolutely fine. Palak, Aditi, it's okay. Okay, so let's come back to the topic. Now, guys, there is a video again that I've made for the same. Okay, as I told you, that you're always going to hold the knife in your right hand, okay, as the way it is placed. Now all of you are well aware of the fact that as per Folk's rule, the knife is going to be in the right hand, okay. Now everybody knows that by now, and the fork is going to be in your left hand. Now let me first just make this picture a little clear, make this rule a little clear for you. Can you spell the word knife with me? How many letters does it have? K, N, I, F, E, knife. Okay. How many letters does the word right hand has? R, I, G, H, T. Okay. So right has 5 letters, knife has 5 letters. The right hand is going to hold the knife. Or if you want to learn it this way, the dominant hand holds the knife, because very simple physics. Whatever you are going to eat, the pressure is never on the fork. The pressure is on cutting the food in the right way. So you need more pressure, you need your dominant hand. Okay. I am telling this, I'm reiterating this fact again and again because a lot of people mess up this. Okay. Now come to left. Left. 4 letters of the word left. Now fork. 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 4 letters of the word fork. Okay. So the left hand would be holding the fork. Okay. So I hope this is loud and clear. Yes, 5 letters of right hand and knife, 4 letters of fork and left hand. So it's just a simple way to remember. All right. Please look at the video and I'm going to get back. All right.
Most of us definitely know how to eat with a fork and knife. However, there are certain rules that you should know. Okay, the right hand is going to hold the knife, which is the dominant hand. So 90% of us are right-handed. So the dominant hand will hold the knife. We are going to open our palm and cover the entire knife, the edge of the knife, and one index finger at the joint. Similarly, the fork, open your entire palm, cover the entire fork, and one index finger at the neck of the fork. So that's the correct position to hold the fork and knife. Now, let's say I want to eat this aloo tikki. The first thing I will do is take the fork, put it deep inside the tikki, and then cut one bite with the knife and slowly get the bite closer to your mouth like this. While cutting, please make sure that your elbows are not in the air, they are closer to your body. And when you eat, please eat like this. The bite should get inside your mouth with the left hand holding the fork. Now, some people tell me that it's so difficult to eat with the left hand. For you, then after cutting one bite, you need to put the knife on the top, sharper side, again facing you. Switch hands, hold the fork in the right hand, and then use the fork like a spoon and enjoy your meal.
Okay, guys, did you understand this? But I'm still going to reiterate, very, very important. This is where most of us go wrong. Okay, what we are going to do is open your palm, okay, and completely cover the edge of the knife in the palm, okay, and the index finger on the top like this, the way I mentioned in the video. Okay, everybody mostly would know how to eat with fork and knife, but the way we hold the fork and knife is the most important step. You're going to cover the edge. If you're going to hold it like this, people see, if the edge is coming out, then you're going to eat the wrong way just because you are holding it wrong. Okay, I really hope whoever had got the fork and knife was trying it with the video. Okay, you hold it like this, and again with the fork you're going to open your palm, cover the edge of the fork, and keep one index finger at the neck. So this is called the neck of the fork. Okay people, another very important thing, this is the neck of the fork. And what are these called? Quickly in the chat box, what are these called? These things on the fork. What are these called? Prongs, no? Tines, yes. Bandita Mukherjee, great job done. These are called tines. These are not called fingers. It is a fork. What is forks? It is, these are not called teeth, not the head. Okay, I like what you're trying, but I'm glad you all guess it. Okay, so the right word is tines, Tines, tines. Okay, so the tines of the fork. Another thing that I wanted to mention in the video is when you start eating any particular food, let's say it's a cottage cheese sizzler, okay, or you're eating an aloo tikki in the video or something like that, you start with the food which is closest to your body. Okay, so let's say it's a big piece. You don't start from the edge which is away from you. So always start from here and put the fork deep inside. ऊपर से नहीं रखना है fork. You have to put it deep inside and then cut with the knife and take a bite and eat like this. Is that clear, guys? Okay. Something very, very important. Just look at these pictures. I think it will be the facts will become more clear. Can you see the first picture? Okay. Both the things he's holding wrong. Yeah, the first picture, the he does not have his index finger in place for the knife, and the fork he's holding absolutely wrong. In the second picture also, the edge of the fork in both the cases, in the first and the second picture that's coming out. In the second picture also, it looks like he's butchering the meal. Okay, then the third one, just with holding the fork and knife correctly, it makes so much of a difference. Guys, did you understand this? Very important part of the entire session today, that holding it right. Okay. Yes, Roshi ma'am, clear. Okay, sir. Subhash, that was nice. Okay, thank you. Great. Guys, if there is any issue, please stop me right now. Rather than asking questions later about it, you stop me right now and tell me you did not understand. Okay, great. Now, did you see the video where I was telling you some people tell me that, ma'am, we don't like eating with the left hand? Okay. So when I said that you keep the knife on the top and then switch hands, take the fork in the right hand and then eat like a spoon, this is actually the American way of eating. Okay. So can I just show you a video, and every time again I have to cut a bite, I will take the fork back in my left hand, the way we hold the fork and knife, and get the right hand to pick up the knife from the top and again cut a bite. So what I'm doing is I'm switching the fork in different hands. So it's also called the zigzag method. So you can just listen to it. Again, there is a video made on the same. Just listen to it once. Okay. Sorry. How to hold the fork and knife correct. We are doing the American style. We are going to hold the knife in our dominant hand. We are going to cover it completely in our palm and with one index finger at the joint. All right. Similarly, for the fork, we are going to completely cover it in the palm, one index finger at the neck of the fork. Okay. So in American way, first you're going to put the fork upside down. You're going to cut one bite and then we keep the knife on the top horizontally. Okay, we are going to switch the hands. Now the fork will come in my right hand like a spoon. The left hand will not be on the table. It will go on my lap because the Americans do not believe in the show of hands. So now I'm going to take that particular bite and I'm going to take it in my mouth. The tines of the fork are facing upwards. So I'm eating like I'm using a spoon. Now again, if I have to cut another bite, it will come back in my left hand. I'm going to pick up the knife and then cut another bite. And it is called the zigzag method. Okay, guys, did you understand this? You may, or it's becoming a little confusing. Okay, it's okay, Aditi. You do not have to follow this if you do not understand. What is dominant hand? Okay, what is dominant hand? The dominant hand is your right hand. If you are a right hander, the dominant hand will keep holding the knife. Okay, some people say that, okay, ideally, whenever you eat with fork and knife, you cut and you eat with the left hand. Again, you cut, you eat with the left hand. I mean, with the fork, the food gets into your mouth. Ideally, you do this. Okay. What is the difference? A lot of people ask me, what is the difference with the American style and the continental style? So, continental style is more or less the way we are eating. Keep eating with the left hand in the food in the fork, and then it goes like this. The American was what I showed you. Okay, you may want to follow it, you may not want to follow it, completely your choice. Okay, but you should know what is the difference. That is why I showed you. There is no need to get confused. You can follow, you may not follow. It's absolutely fine. Okay, so dominant hand will always remain your right hand for the right handers. All right, was that clear now? Yeah. Isn't this method too much complicated? Put it too much effort. Okay. Now that you've asked Bondita, let me answer this. Okay. So what? Right hand knife, left hand fork, right, Roshi ma'am? Yes, Subhash, that's right. Okay. When we are using knife for spreading jam on a bread, how? Okay. Let's not go there. The reason why the Americans are eating like this is, let me give you the logic also. So the difference between continental and American is style is there because Americans generally think that a meal is a time where they want to spend time with their friends and family. Okay, so if I am sitting or going out and having a meal with them, I want to spend a lot of time with them. I have all the time in the world, so after every bite I'm going to cut, we keep the knife, then switch hands, then again switch hands, so we're just at leisure. Whereas continental people, especially in Italy, if you see, okay, people in the restaurants, they are in a hurry. Okay, and even the restaurant people will, guide you that, sir, if you finish the meal, there are people waiting in the queue, and let them in. So could you leave? So they are in a hurry, they are going to quickly finish their meal and they're going to leave. So they don't keep switching the cutlery. It is the only reason that Americans have a different style or a different way. That's all. It was general information, guys. There is a different way for Americans, different way for the Europeans, the continental. You do not have to follow that. You just follow the normal fork and knife method. Okay? The ones we normally follow. All right? Okay, now let's quickly come to soup etiquette. Now, before I go any further, do you eat soup or do you drink soup? Who's going to tell me that? Put it in the chat box. Quickly put it in the chat box. Do you eat soup? Do you drink soup? Okay, drink, eat, drink, eat. Gulp soup? No, Nehal. No. Okay, what else? What else? What else? Eat, eat, drink, drink, eat. Okay. Okay. Soft drink? Have. Wow. Prasad, that was so diplomatic. We have soup. Okay, good try, guys. I'm just glad that everybody is excited and putting everything in the chat box. Good. Okay, listen. Okay, now you listen to me, guys. If I am in a restaurant and look at the picture there in the presentation. So if I am having soup like this at a restaurant, and let's assume there are vegetables also in this, so I am eating food. And the more commonly used term is generally eating food. Okay, now, but if I am at home, okay, and I am having tomato soup without the bread croutons in a mug, okay, then what am I doing? Then I'm drinking soup. So even drinking soup is not wrong, but you have to use it correctly. I hope everybody's got my point. Whenever you are having a soup with vegetables, you are eating soup, and in case you are having soup at home in a mug, then you are drinking soup. Both are correct, but more commonly used term is eating. Okay, now very important fact, we have been eating soup the wrong way. Okay, do no, we don't eat water, please do not, guys. Let's come back to the topic. It's good to have fun. Even I'm here to have fun with you. I can enjoy more than 2 hours with you, but this way we will not be able to finish the topic. Okay, please listen to this video. We have been eating soup the wrong way. Okay, what is the correct way? Please have a look.
Soup etiquette. 2, 3 things that are to be noted while having soup is the distance between your body and the table. So first try to do this. Keep one hand over the other, flatten it, and get the distance right between the table and your body. The reason is that if the distance is a little too much, that is when the spilling happens on you. So if the distance is correct, the chances of soup spilling on you are bare minimum. Okay, now the way we have been used to of having the soup from the beginning is like this. However, my friends, that's the wrong way. We are going to go 6 to 12 by the needles of the clock. So let's go 6 to 12, take the soup away from your body. You take the soup away from your body, and the most important step here is wiping it from the bowl. Because if there is some excess left here, that is what ends up spilling on you. So again, I'm going to show it. We do 6 to 12, we wipe it. Now, a very important thing, don't put the entire soup spoon in your mouth like this. No, you're going to consume soup from this side. And if you ask me, that one particular point, which is the correct one, is this corner point, and you're going to have soup from here. Okay, one more time, 6 to 12, and you wipe it and you have it from here. And once you're done with the complete soup, please put the soup spoon back in the plate.
Guys, was that clear? Did you understand? Did you understand this? Put it in the chat box. Did you understand? Yes? Okay. Do you? I'm sure most of you have these spoons with you. Yeah. Right now you've got spoon. Okay. So basically just take that spoon only and practice with me. Okay. Ideally, I'm talking about a soup spoon, but whatever spoon you have right now, just practice with me. Take it away from your body. Okay. As I said in the video, 6 to 12. Okay, somebody's asked a very valid question, Nehal. If the soup is too hot, okay. So, okay, let me tell you very good logic also. Guys, look at the soup spoon, okay. So now I am telling you that you do 6 to 12. Okay, आप 6 to 12 कर रहे हो, you are taking it away from your body so that the chances of soup spilling on you are bare minimum. Now, listen to this carefully. So now when I'm doing 6 to 12, this part of the spoon gets dipped into the soup first. Okay. So when and you can take, Nehal, your question was very valid. First, do not blow the soup. Don't do that. And also, please don't do that sud sud noise when people take the soup in. This is just not the right etiquette. Please do not make that noise. Just for logic, please understand, when you put the soup spoon inside, this part will get hot. Okay, so you take the top layer. Okay, if it is slightly hot, it has not come to a temperature where you can consume it, you take the top layer of the soup. You don't need to go deeper into the soup bowl, right? So you take the top layer, this will get hot, and once you remove it from the soup bowl, then you are consuming soup from this side. Okay, this one was the one which got dipped into the soup, and you're consuming from here. So very basic logic that this will be cold, this will not be hot there. And the soup, yes, of course, should be at a decent temperature for you to consume it. You just, once the soup has come, you wait for a while. If you think it's very hot, just give it a few minutes. Okay, but do not start with the hot soup and don't keep blowing air. Okay, I'm just saying give it a minute or two. I'm not saying make it cold. And if you want to have something hot, guys, let me be very honest. I am a die-hard coffee person. I also drink my coffee very, very hot. I take my coffee very, very hot, and it's not necessary to make that noise. Whether you are a tea person or a coffee person, or even when you are consuming your soup, you can consume either of these things without making that slurping noise. Okay, so try it. Keep trying till the time you get there, but you're not going to make that noise. After this session, I do not want my students, whoever is attending this session, to be making that noise. Okay, so I see 377 people here, and I should not get this from anywhere, from any online teacher, that we are still making those noises. All right, guys, so far so clear? Yes, what is 6 to 12 you mentioned? Okay, Nehal, let's go by the needles in a clock. Okay, where is the number 6? It's down below, and 12 is up. Okay, so you go 6 to 12 means you're taking the soup spoon away from your body. 6 o'clock to 12 o'clock, like that. Okay, got it? Okay, great. Great, guys. See, the idea of this session is not just to give you some theory. Okay. The idea is whatever I'm trying to tell you, please put it into practice. If you don't put it into practice, then I don't think this session is worth anything. Okay. So I'm just trying to give you all that practical knowledge so that tomorrow, when you're sitting with some professionals, when you are, probably sitting at a place, you you kind of create that impression that, yes, I know dining etiquette, and I'm going to teach you rather, right? So this is what I want you to do after this session. Okay, guys, let's come to eating difficult food, something like noodles or spaghetti. Okay. Now, how do you eat your noodles or spaghetti? We take the noodles or spaghetti and we twirl it. People, the word is twirling. Please don't call it rolling. Okay. And don't say we just move the fork or anything. The word is twirl. Twirl, twirl. And you twirl it over the fork. Okay. Now, for spaghetti, I have shown something there. Now, when you're eating noodles or spaghetti, anything, can you see the first picture of noodles? Now, the strands are that long. If I'm eating something with the fork, okay, and the strands are very long, and I take it in my mouth, then I'll end up slurping. I'll do this, okay? Whereas this is not considered right in our culture. In some Asian countries, it might be considered the right way to eat, but not here in India. We do not slurp, okay? So look at the second picture of the fork where the strands are very, very small, okay? So you have to keep twirling to a point that the strands become a little small and then you take the bite in, okay? Is that all right? Now please see this video, and there is something about spaghetti, and I will talk to you after the video also. Okay, very important thing to be noted about the video is, first, I was talking about spaghetti. Okay, second, I said that in case the twirling is not happening, you may, okay, I just said may. It is not necessary, but you may take the help of a spoon in your left hand. You hold it like the way I taught you to hold a fork and knife, and then take spaghetti or noodles, and you can do it for noodles also, twirl it over the spoon. The spoon is kept diagonally. I am showing you in air because of the laptop camera. Please do it on the plate. Don't do it in the air. Do it on the plate. Okay. So you kind of keep the spoon diagonally there. Now, something very important to notice, if now the staple food of Italy is pasta. If at all you guys travel to Italy, you can't do that there. Okay, if you are using a spoon over there, they will think that you do not know the right etiquette. We do follow this process here, but there, especially, people will come and tell you that, sir, we do not eat like that. Okay, so we only use fork and we twirl the pasta or the spaghetti, whatever you are eating in onto the fork. We do not take the help of the spoon. Okay. Now, I just told you that etiquette, especially dining etiquette, varies from culture to culture. So, I am clarifying this to whatever country you're going to visit. You have to make sure that you read a little about their culture, the etiquette that they follow before you make such blunders outside. All right. So, this is a method you may or may not follow. There is no hard and fast rule. You can just use the fork, or sometimes if you think that the spaghetti or noodles are not coming properly into the fork, then you can put in the spoon there. All right. Was that clear, people? Okay. Was that clear, guys? Okay, some people are continuously asking me about the presentation. So see, all these videos mostly are there or on our Insta page. So please go on to the Amity Finishing School and you can check out all these videos there. Mostly all these videos are there, except a few, but mostly all are there. All right, cool. Let's go on to the next page. Guys, I have much more to tell you. Okay, what is salt and pepper etiquette, guys? Salt and pepper, the only etiquette that to be followed is whenever you pass on salt and pepper, you pass them together. Okay, to remember this rule, it is said that they are married. You can look at the picture, it looks like that they're married. This is just a way to remember that you pass salt and pepper together. If somebody sitting on my right or left has one person has just asked for salt, okay, what is the logic? I can pass only the salt. the person might need pepper, let's say in a few seconds later, and then he will disturb you again. Or the right etiquette is to keep both the things in front of that person, that you can take one, you can take both, whatever is your need. For me, I know the etiquette is to pass them together. Okay, the only way to remember is that they're married. Don't separate them. Okay. Okay, let's come to bread etiquette. Guys, this is something important. Now, somebody had asked me about putting jam on the bread. I'll come to that later. Right now, I am just telling you about, let's say you've gone to eat an Italian meal. Okay. So, whenever you go to certain cafes or restaurants, you see a bread basket kept there. Okay. There can be different kinds of bread. It's not necessary that it's put only one bread. There can be, the focaccia there can be chipotle, there can be various other breads which are kept together, the sourdough or anything. All right. So different kinds are there. How do you eat those breads? Okay. So just look at the video, then I'm going to again talk about it. All right. Very, very important, because we have been doing it the wrong way. All right. Please look at the video.
Feel my girl, I won't stop to feel my girl. Can't stop to feel my girl. And I look out what you want, what you got. I got that money back. So I did. For girl, you know I don't provide. She's
Okay, did you understand what was going on in the video or no? Okay, I'll make more sense of it. I will talk about it. So now what happens is, generally either butter is given to us on the table in the form of cubes like in the video, or those small packets of butter are also available. So whatever way, either you pick up one packet and you put it in your bread plate, or if it is cubes like this, your bread plate would have a butter knife also. So you please put one or two cubes into your bread plate. Now, when you pick up the bread, very, very important, guys, you pick up as much bread as you want. Let's say it's a long piece of bread, then you break it with hands. You put that much which you're going to eat in your bread plate. Okay. Or if it is small pieces, you pick up one, two, whatever, how much you want. But once it is there in your bread plate, do you take the entire piece and butter it up and eat like this, like a toast? No, because right now I'm not talking about a breakfast buffet. Okay. So please do not confuse it with like a normal toast that you eat for breakfast buffets. No, this is not that. It is the bread which is being served with Italian food in the bread basket. It is different. So what we are going to do is we are going to break one bite. Okay. With both the hands, not with any fork and knife. With hands, I'm going to break one bite. I'm going to apply butter to that particular bite and take that bite inside. So as many bites as you eat, how much ever you want to eat, but you're going to eat one bite at a time and you're going to apply butter like that. Okay, I really hope there are pictures showing you. Yes, please look at these pictures. If the bread is in the shape of a bun, you do not slice it and then apply butter and then, sit behind and act smart that, oh, I know it all. No, sir, you don't know it all. If it is bun, then you go by the left picture. Then also you break a bite. Okay, was this something new that you learned about bread etiquette, guys? Breaking the bread to bite size. Okay. From where has it come? Okay, guys, this is something which is followed, I think, almost everywhere. This is not culture specific. This is difficult to follow. No, no. Try it once. It is in fact a very easy way to eat. Unless, guys, it's a pizza or a garlic bread which has cheese on it. Obviously, then you are not going to break it with hands, then you have to keep holding it like a pizza slice. So if it's a garlic bread with cheese on it, then of course you have to keep holding it. Okay. But breaking a bread, yes, in some cafes they serve breads with spaghetti. That's what I said, with Italian food. Yes, totally new, but got it. Okay, great. Why use hands? This is the culture. Bread is always broken with hands. Bread you're not supposed to do with knife. There are very very hard breads also. That is why the logic is to, and they should ideally, the servers, they slice it diagonally, the even the hard ones, and then they serve it on into the bread baskets. All right. Okay, let me get to the next point, which is how to eat a pizza. I was just talking about pizza. Now, how to eat a pizza. Everybody knows generally the basic etiquette that we follow is that you pick up a pizza. Traditionally, it was made like this, that you pick up a piece of pizza and you hold it by hand and you eat. Yes. Okay, now since now large size pizzas are available, okay, so you kind of pick it up with two hands, you take a bite from the tip, and now if you think it is falling, so what do? You fold it by the edge. Can you see the second picture? We have folded it from the edge so that all the other veggies, or let's say the non-veg pizza, whatever it is, they should not fall off. Okay, and it is more convenient and comfortable to eat like this. You may or may not do that, it's up to you, but folding it is a part of the correct etiquette. You are not doing anything wrong if you're folding it. Okay, so you can do that. However, if you go to a very formal place, then yes, I would suggest that you're sitting in a very formal atmosphere, a very formal place, you might have to eat the pizza with a fork and knife, and there is nothing wrong in eating the pizza with fork and knife. I don't know how many of you are aware. Okay, I do belong to that generation when Pizza Hut had just started, and I used to go with my parents because Pizza Hut was supposed to be a family restaurant, and I remember going with my parents, my family over there, just to enjoy the experience of eating pizza with fork and knife. Okay, this is how Pizza Hut has started. Okay, then there was Domino's also into picture, and they were doing majorly home delivery. So Pizza Hut had to change all the marketing strategies, and then the Pizza Hut Express came out, and all those things happened. But when Pizza Hut started, the idea was a family restaurant. The idea was to, sit there and enjoy that meal with fork and knife. Then there also people used to eat with hand. There was no hard and fast rule, but I remember enjoying that experience. Okay, guys, have a look at this video. It says the same thing. Guys, please don't mind my overacting in the videos. I am just trying to explain a concept that the veggies should not fall off and that you should fold it from the edge. Okay, cool. So far, so good. Should I walk into the new topic, guys? Is it okay? Is that okay? Yes, understood till now. Nobody is answering in the chat box. Guys, are you? I hope you're not sleeping. I hope you're enjoying the session. I hope you're learning something new. Yes, yes. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Please keep that coming. It gives me also an encouragement to teach you something new now. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, people. Thank you. Okay, let me go on to the new topic, which is salad etiquette. Very, very important, guys. Salad. Okay. Now, salad, mostly all salads would have lettuce in them. Okay. Lettuce. Now, everybody knows lettuce. Yeah. So, the idea here is that you are not going to cut the lettuce with if you are having salad with fork and knife, please do not cut it with knife, but you can take the help of the knife to fold the lettuce. Okay, so it really is dependent on what kind of salad you are eating, where are you sitting, how formal the place is, or whatever you're doing. But if you are eating with fork and knife, that is one rule that you should follow. Okay, so you can see the video, you will come to know of the point that I'm trying to make. Guys, I don't know if you could make it out. I'm playing this one more time. Please look at, carefully look at the lettuce. Okay. In the first go where the cross comes, I'm trying to cut the lettuce because it is too big to be put in the mouth. In the second one, I'm trying to fold it with the help of knife. Please look at it once again. simple. Is that okay? I hope the concept is clear. Yes. Okay, great. So it's a very simple thing. Do not cut the lettuce, just fold it. All right. Okay, now coming to desserts. I did mention, guys, I did mention that by the folks rule, you have to go by F, O, leave the R, K, and S, folks rule. But what about the dessert spoon and dessert fork? Where do you keep it? These are kept at the top of the plate. Okay, so the one is kept like this, the tines of the fork on the right hand side, and the spoon is kept like this on the, I mean, the facing like on the left hand side, facing on left, and fork is facing right. They are kept like this at the top of the plate. Now, very important fact that you should know, which kind of dessert is to be eaten with fork and which kind of dessert is to be eaten with spoon. So I've already mentioned here, let's say it's a brownie, it's a pastry, it's a firmer dessert, you're going to use a fork. Okay, and if it's anything soft, let's say it's custard, it's, let's say it's chocolate mousse, let's say something like that which is very soft, let's say even a cheesecake, then I'm going to use a spoon. Okay, for the softer desserts. So please keep that in mind. If you go to a formal dining where both the things are kept, then you should know which one is to be used for what. However, I don't know if you've noticed, a lot of times there is something new that is there in the market. In a spoon only, there are few tines, one or two tines there. So it serves the purpose of both a fork and a spoon. All right. So this is something that you should know, and also very important. Sometimes the desserts are being offered with the fork or the spoon. So it's not really a choice. It is what is given to you. Okay. So I just said if it's in a formal dining and both the things are kept, then you should be aware. All right. Now, coming to eating Indian food, guys, I am going to give you the secret. Okay. I'm going to tell you the right etiquette. However, I am very, very sure you are not going to like that fact, but I'm supposed to tell you. So I am going to go ahead and tell you that. Yes. So, what is it? Okay, the thing about eating Indian food is, okay, before I go on to that, I have spoken about bread also. One rule that I should have told you earlier, you tell me, where does the bread plate come? And sometimes when you walk into restaurants, have you realized that, you're so confused? The water glass on my right or the left, which is my water glass? When you are a huge family or you're sitting with a lot of friends, then you keep wondering, where is my water glass? Where is my bread plate? Is it the left one or is it the right one? Tell me, where does the bread plate come and where does the water glass come? Okay, left glass is mine. Okay, somebody is saying left and right. Please write glass or bread plate. Please write with it. Left, everybody saying left is glass and right is plate. Okay. Okay, so at least this gives me a picture that you are not sure about the rules. Yes. Okay. Okay. I'm glad people are. I am so glad people are participating. Both left. Nandini, both left. Bread plate also and glass also. Okay. We are trying. Okay, I know, I know. I'm not making fun, guys. I'm so, so happy that you're trying. I always tell in all my classes, it is so important that you answer. Whatever it's coming to your mind, you please answer. It's so important. Even if it's wrong, it's absolutely fine. Why are we holding this session at the first place? To increase your knowledge, right? Great. Guys, okay, I think we can stop. Good guesses. I'm just so glad to see the excitement and the energy. That's all. We can stop there. Now, listen to me. Very important. You will never forget this rule. It is called BMW. Now, B is coming on my left. Okay. So, B is the bread plate. On my left is the bread plate. M is for meal, or you can call it main course, whatever you want to call it. Bread plate, main course plate, or the meal I will eat. And W is water glass. Starting from left to right. BMW. Okay. Did you get it? Yeah. Okay. Everybody, please do this with me. Okay. Join your fingers and do this. Do this. I'm assuming you're doing it because I can't see you. Guys, so please do this. Now, what do you think your left hand looks like? Now, according to me, my left hand is like a letter B. B for bird. B. B. small b. Okay, now b is bread plate, which is on my left. My right hand looks like a d. D is drinks. Drinks on my right. Now I've taught you two concepts: BMW, which is the bread plate, the meal or the main course, and W is water. Or I can go with the BD rule. B is bread on my left and D is drinks on my right. Were these rules clear, guys? Did you get them? D means drink. Okay, so now do not forget that ever. Now do not tell me the left hand side water glass is mine. Now please remember this. Okay, I'm sure BMW is one rule that you cannot forget. BMW, sometimes it becomes confusing. Aditi, after the BD or the BMW rule, it should not be confusing. Remember it like that. Okay? Please remember BMW and you will remember this. Okay? Now, Indian food. Okay, that's why I started the BMW rule. The bread plate is on your left. So whatever roti, chapati, parantha you're eating, it's on your left. So now the etiquette says that you roll your chapati, you hold it with your left hand, you take a bite, okay, and then you take a bite of the vegetable or the dal or whatever you're eating. Okay, this is the right etiquette which you'll find in YouTube videos, you'll find everywhere. I know, people, do not get worried, but this is something that you do not wish to follow, right? Did you what? Juhi is surprised. What? What, ma'am? I don't like it. Yes, I know. We all don't like it. Indians do not want to eat like that. Okay. It is my job to tell you the right etiquette. So I'm going to tell you that. However, okay, listen to me. Very important. So your bread plate is on your left. Okay. You take a bite like the way you normally do. We are assuming we are eating Indian food only. Okay. You make it like a boat shape. Now, you can hold the spoon in your left hand, put it in the dal bowl or whatever you're eating. Then when you dip that bite, just make sure that you do not dip your fingers. Can you do that? Can you do that? Then you are following the right etiquette. Okay. I am so sure a lot of you are non-vegetarians also. Okay. So some people also ask me this question that, ma'am, when I'm eating chicken, then obviously I'm going to get my hands dirty. Yes, of course. But okay, you can do few things which will help you look a little more sophisticated or more professional when you are sitting in a formal atmosphere, guys. Okay, at home, please enjoy the meal however you want. You want to, okay, even etiquette is not against your culture, right? So some people tell me, ma'am, I like to eat rice with hand. Perfectly fine. I am not stopping you from eating with hand. Eat with hands. But would you do that in a professional, formal atmosphere? Let's say you are out with your boss and two other very important colleagues. Okay, would you eat with hands over there? No. So I am just telling you how to become a little more professional when you are in such a setup. Okay. So there you're not going to eat with hands, right? Again, now. So if you're eating roti and any vegetable over there, you take a bite. You take spoon in your left hand. Just do not dip it. If you're having non-veg, then ideally call for, even if it's a gravy chicken, call for boneless. Okay, make sure you are not separating the skin over there. Also, when you are eating something like a chicken wings, okay, so very decently you can remove it with the knife also, or holding the chicken wing with hand and then taking a bite is fine, or removing it with hand and taking it with hand, that is also fine. But please don't make a mess out of yourself by eating like this. Okay, so I'm just saying, eat a little more sophisticatedly with your manners in place, because you are in a professional setup, because people are judging you on the basis of how you're eating. Okay, I am not against enjoying your food, guys. I just want some more mannerism or some more etiquette to be added into it. Okay, so that you create a good impression. That's all my aim is. All right. So I have guided the non-vegetarians also here. Some of the questions that I was seeing was non-vegetarian also. It gets hard to cut chicken with knife and fork. That's why I said, if you're in a professional setup, call for boneless. Okay. So if in a setup where there are very formal setup, then call for boneless chicken. Okay. Do not call for one with bones. And also pick up the chicken from the tip and use a knife to cut the skin. if at all you get something with bones. Try not to, I mean, get your hands as dirty as much as possible. Try not to get them dirty. Okay, now something very, very important, something which is very, very useful is how to keep the cutlery. Now, this is a very important thing. The servers will know that what exactly do you want. Okay, so guys, please look at this video and also keep looking at the pictures, or you can even click pictures if you want. And this video is also available on Instagram. All right, I'm just going to play it now. Okay, guys, there are so many. I'm sure you're bound to get confused. ये कैसे था, fork कैसे था, knife कैसी थी. So remember two. Okay, two of them are very, very important. One is pausing. Can you see the picture on the left? Okay, so you have fork and knife. You keep it in the shape of A. Okay, literally like you are making the letter A. Okay, and the knife is, as always, it is on my right hand. And please remember, in this, the sharper side is facing me. Sharper side cannot be facing out. Remember the pausing situation. Very important. It will help you in the future. So now what happens? I told you that when you walk into certain restaurants where there is only one set of fork, knife, and spoon, which are also called the AP. Now, you've already had your snacks. Okay, and you all probably want to take another helping, but you are tired and you've eaten a little and now it's a business conversation going on. So I'm going to keep my cutlery in the pausing position, and again, not keep my elbows, just have my wrist on the table and make a conversation with the people on my right, left, whoever it is. Okay, so I'm doing that conversation. In the meanwhile, my wrists are here or my hands are moving, but the cutlery is kept in such a way so that the server knows that he or she is pausing and that he should not take the plate away. He should not assume you're done with the snacks and maybe take that plate and get you a fresh plate for the main course. So that is why it's important to put it in the pausing position. Okay, and then food finishing position, very, very important. Both of these can be used. Okay, when the fork and knife are slightly diagonal on the plate on the right hand side, or they are kept vertically like this, any of these can be used. Okay, guys, there would be people you would see where the tines are kept down like this. Okay, they are not facing up the ceiling, they are facing down. Okay, so when does this happen? The French people generally do it. We do not follow that culture. So please do not keep the fork upside down. We do not follow it. The British also do it. The French also do it. We do not do it. Okay. The fork is never kept upside down according to our culture etiquette. Okay. I can play the video again. However, the video is available on the Amity Finishing School at Instagram handle. You can watch it once again, guys, if you want to. And when in between the tines of the fork, if I put the knife like this, in between the tines, it means I did not like the food. Okay. Why I'm not emphasizing on did not like the food is because let's say you go into smaller restaurants. Okay. So in most of the small restaurants, the servers will also not be trained about this cutlery codes. Okay. So if you're saying that you did not like the food, he will not even understand by the cutlery code. And if you do it in a very fine dine place, let's say I've walked into some restaurant in a 5 star, okay, they will not let you come to that point. Mostly the servers are all around you and they'll be like, ma'am, did you like the food? Did you like the dal, the chicken? Did you like it? Is it up to your expectations? Oh, it's not. Okay, do you want it less spicy? Do you want it more spicy? They'll take it back. They'll again re-prepare the meal and then get it for you. Mostly the service is that good. Mostly, I'm saying mostly. So the need to do this cutlery code where you're not liking the food generally doesn't arise. All right. So if you want to understand, please, you should know it. And sometimes you have to know that, okay, I'm done with one course, get me my another course. So that is also mentioned here. However, please remember the pausing and the finishing. They are the most important ones. All right. Okay, as I showed you, this is the finishing position, and the other two which are mentioned there is the excellent food and waiting for the next dish. Excellent, please remember both of them are facing towards the right. All right, let's quickly come to buffet etiquette. Then I have to tell you a little bit about glasses, and then I'll take all your questions, guys. Okay, quickly. What all do we do wrong when it comes to a buffet? Yes, quickly, guys. Anybody? What do we do wrong? Put it in the chat box. Can you please put it in the chat box? What do we do wrong? We overfill the plate. Thank you. We are standing and eating. Okay, that is not up to us. It's really dependent on the place. Okay. Overfilling the plate, start jumping. We don't wait for our turn. Yes, we take more food. We get restless to take food. Okay. Anything else? Okay, mostly we don't use bowls for curry. Okay, that is a good one. We waste food. Yes, we do that. Handling the utensils, getting the food from the middle. So true, Pooja. So good. Yes, mostly people are saying overfilling. Okay, good. So mostly you are well aware, guys. I'm just going to reiterate certain facts. First and foremost is we start overfilling our plate. Okay, so we have all gone to places where the breakfast buffet is included in the stay. So please make sure if there are three kinds of meals. Okay, there is chole bhature, there is idli sambar, there is paranthas, stuffed paranthas. So please go and take one at a time. All right. So one cuisine you take at a time, you use that plate, and for a breakfast buffet which is included in your package, you can change the plates also. However, if you're going to a wedding where you've given one sagan envelope, please take one plate. Don't keep changing the plates there. Okay, just on a lighter note, so if you have one plate, take one particular thing at a time. Then you can go back to the buffet, take it again, come back. Please do not overfill. One, it doesn't give a good picture of you, and second, it's not humanly possible to eat. You kind of make a mess of food. Okay, you do not even enjoy such a food. Second, very important thing, the serving spoons. Okay, so if I've, let's say I'm putting dal for myself, I let the spoon be there, and it sometimes even swims in the vegetable or the curry or anything that I'm serving for myself. There are quarter plates, or there are specific plates where the serving spoons are supposed to be kept, and the lids are supposed to be closed. Most of the buffets, the lids are supposed to be closed, because let the food remain hot for the others who are walking in queue after me. Third, we try to barge in between the lines. Please do not do that ever. Okay, so people just say most of the time, oh, I just need a bread, I just need a chapati. Okay, so that's why most of the time these days bread's counter is separate, so that people do not barge into the queue just for a bread. Okay, another very important thing, let's say it's a wedding. Okay, there's a huge counter just for salads, and I see a huge line, so I start putting salad for myself, and I start eating over there only. I'm like, oh my god, it's a huge line, it's moving slowly, let me see which one is good, I'll put more of that. Never do that. Never start eating while you're still in the queue. Okay, serve yourself whatever you want, go back, eat whatever you like, you come back and you take again. Very important. Okay, so I think, and please do not stand very close to each other, because you might end up spilling on somebody else's clothes. All right, I think more or less we are done here. Very important thing that you should know is that this is something that you're not going to teach the servers, but they should know the food is always served from the left. Why? Put it in the chat box, guys. Why is the food supposed to be served from the left? Why? The servers are supposed to serve the food from the left. Why? Quickly. Why? Why? Nobody's answering, guys. because the person is eating with right hand. Okay, okay, fair enough. You don't know the reason. BMW. Okay, the glass is on the right. Very good, guys. You've become intelligent throughout the session only. Now you know it. Great. I like the answers coming in. Thank you. Listen, the servers are supposed to serve from the left. Why? Because one, mostly people are right handers. I'm eating from my right. They do not want to interfere in that movement of my hand. That's why they serve from my left. Second, my drinks are kept on my right. They do not want to take that risk of spilling the drink. Okay, so they're supposed to serve from the left and they're supposed to clear from the right. But a lot of restaurants, you see, they clear also from the left. That's absolutely fine. Okay, and if you're sitting with your family, where should you pass on the food? You should always pass the food in one direction, let's say, which is towards the right. Okay, so whenever you're put something for yourself, please pass it on to the person on your right. All right, so this way food moves in one direction in the table. That's all. Okay, guys, I'm not going to tell you these basic things that if you already have food in the mouth, do not open your mouth for the drink, all these things. I'd rather tell you how do you call a server? Very important. The do's and don'ts I have mentioned throughout the presentation. How do you call a server? Very important. Please be respectful towards these people. They are just doing their jobs. So no snapping of the fingers. Idra sun, don't do all this. So what you do is you take two fingers from your head level. Okay, it doesn't go above this. So this is just on your head level and you do this. Excuse me. Okay, now you look around. There are a lot of servers and waiters there. If somebody looks at you, then you just say excuse me. Okay, then the person quickly comes if you've managed to do a eye contact. Okay, if the person is looking somewhere else and then you put a hand there and you say excuse me, because if the server is going to turn, okay, and he'll be like, somebody said excuse me, so which table was it? So if my hand is up, the server would know that it's this lady whose hand is up. Okay, so if she's saying excuse me, you need to go to that particular table. I hope that was clear. This is how you call the servers. Please do not snap your fingers. Very, very insulting. They are just doing their jobs. It is really not fair to be calling them by snapping and by things like that. Okay, one small thing that I'm left with, guys, do not leave the session up till now. Something very, very important, which is how to hold the glasses. Okay, mostly you must be aware what kind of glass is called what, but if you're not, you can look at the pictures. The brandy glass is called a snifter. This is a whiskey glass. Then beer glasses are beer mugs or glasses. Now I'm just going to tell you something very, very important. I am holding a champagne glass. It is also called a flute glass. Now these are stem glasses. Okay, everybody knows these are stem glasses which have stem. At any point of time, if you are holding a stem glass, it has to be by the stem. Please do not hold the glass like this. This is called cupping and you should not do that. Okay, why? What is champagne? Champagne is also a kind of okay, so champagne is supposed to be served chilled, right? Champagne is also a kind of a wine, right? So these whatever drinks are going to be served chilled. You are going to spoil the temperature by holding them like this. The stem glasses to be held by the stem. Okay, I do have a white wine glass here. Okay, I hope you know the difference between the two. This is a red wine glass where the goblet is thicker. This is a white wine glass. All right. So if I'm holding a white wine glass, again, I'm going to hold it by the stem. I'm not going to hold it by the shape or the goblet or cup it. No. Again, the same logic that I do not want to spoil the temperature. Now, red wine is also served at room temperature. It is not really served cold. It is mostly served at room temperature. Then also I'm going to keep holding it by the stem. That is a rule. The rule is broken only in case of a brandy glass. Okay, brandy glass, which is called a snifter. This only for a brandy glass. I'm sorry, I do not have a brandy glass here, but looking at a white wine glass, I can show only brandy glass I'm going to cup. Okay, the process of cupping, it will enhance the flavor. Okay, it's said that it enhances the flavor. So only brandy glass I am going to cup. Okay, then I think all of you are aware what is a martini glass, what is a margarita glass, and all the tall, long cylindrical glasses, they are called highball glasses. Okay, so this is something that you should know. Okay, before you go, I think I have some important information. Etiquette, okay, has various different reasons of why certain things started. Okay, do you know why the concept of cheers started? Okay, the concept of cheers, it started because how it started was when the kings used to sit with their friends, and they used to take their drinks. No, highball glasses. Sorry, I will answer that, Disha. I will answer that in some time. So, when the kings were sitting with their friends and they were doing cheers, okay, with all the people, I don't know whether friends or whatever, they were kings of other kingdoms coming and having with them. That time, they never used to have it in these glass crockery. They used to have the metal ones, whether it be silver or whether it be any other metal, okay. So, now they used to do cheers with so much force. Okay, the idea was that one king's drink should splash and go into the other, and the other person's drink should splash and come into the other. You know why? Because they used to say that if you are trying to poison me to take my kingdom, then I am going to poison you back. Okay, so that was the logic why cheers started. Okay, so yes, if you go into the background of these the how etiquette started, okay, I would definitely like to mention one more, guys. Why do you think the etiquette started that the men should hold the door for women? Anybody knows that? Do you want to put it in the chat box? Why should men hold the doors or open the doors for women? To welcome them. Okay, because women would be holding their dresses. Okay, so somewhere close. Okay, how the concept started to show respect. Okay, guys, wait, now I'm coming to the answer. The answer is actually because it started with women used to wear those huge dresses. Okay, again, starting from the British, they were like huge from the waist. Okay, they could not reach out to the door handles. So this is from where the concept of men holding the door for the women started. But now it is actually, if you ask me, now it is whoever reaches the door first is going to open the door for you. All right. Okay. Another thing Disha asked, highball glasses are those long cylindrical glasses, Disha. You're going to hold it from the bottom. They do not have a stem. Highball glasses are long cylindrical glasses. Whether you serve mocktails or cocktails, anything in it, you hold it by the bottom. And somebody asked me that is it different for the men and women to hold the glasses? No. A lot of women I see, they hold the red wine glass like this because they take one drink and they take very long to finish it. That is why they end up holding the glass just for comfort, but it is not the right way. The right way is to hold the stem glasses by the stem. And yes, the men and women do not have a different way. Okay. Okay, I can't differentiate between the glasses. You have to do some research, Aditi. Go into Google, look into highball glass, whiskey glass, all the different glasses. Dr. Purva, so good to have you. Please see if I've missed out any question. I've tried to do justice with all the questions.
Definitely, ma'am. I'm here for you. And I must say that it was a complete blend of fun and learning. I should call it fun loving because, and I want to ask a question to all my students here. I mean, I know that they are the ones who should be asking questions right now, but I have a question for everyone. Did any of those videos make you feel hungry?
Ah, I was
Suddenly,
about to say that, but I did not mention. I thought poor kids are already sitting before dinner. So
I mean,
everybody's
those
saying yes.
spaghetti and pizza, I wanted to order one. So, and I loved the way you showed the videos as well as complemented it with your own insights about it for the students. It was a perfect way to deal with such a topic that needs practical understanding also.
Absolutely, ma'am.
But even then, I think it was 100% there. I'm sure if the students were I'm sure the students are and were very attentive and they must have learned everything. I think they have a lot to say.
Yes.
Karishma says
Thank
she's
you.
cooking the meal as well. So,
Yes,
students, do
yes.
you want to ask some more questions based on dining related? Anything that has to do with the session today? Ma'am has been really very kind about the session, and she's taken your questions side by side. So, if you still have anything, ma'am, I think Aditi is talking about licking fingers. That also happens many a times.
Okay, Aditi, if you are standing at a roadside place and you're just enjoying your meal and you want to do it, please go ahead and do it. I'm not going to stop you. However, again, when I'm talking about etiquette, you should know where you are sitting. Where are you having that meal? So I'm not taking the fun away from eating or enjoying your food, okay? But if you are in a formal setup, would you like to lick your fingers? Let's say my boss is sitting with me. No, I would not do that. Okay? So, yes.
Next question is from Afia. She says, what is the correct way to pass dishes or condiments at the table?
Okay, so I did tell you, even salt and pepper is part of the condiments, and I said that they should be passed together. Okay, and the condiments generally they do come in a tray or in some kind of setting. So you pick up the entire thing and you pass it on. And if you're sitting with your family or even in a setup where there are a lot of people on the table, you generally pass it on one side so that the food keeps moving. So you give it to the person on your right. But does not mean if the person in your left is asking, so you're like, wait, घूम के आएगा अभी आपके पास.
Yeah.
No, don't do that. Offer the poor person and then pass it on the right. Okay. And
Thank you, ma'am.
somebody just said I'm going to flex my ways. Like, very good.
Thanks to the
Good
session
going.
today.
Please go ahead and flex these ways. I'm just glad that there was some learning. Guys, please put it on the chat box that did you learn something new today? And just mention in one word what was the new thing that you learned. One word. Was it the soup etiquette? Was it the fork and knife? Was it BMW was new? Okay. Using napkins? Okay. No, you do not. Okay, great. Somebody asked this question. Please do not take a napkin and do not put it on yourself like this. You might find senior British people, senior citizens doing that, but we do not follow this. We do not follow that. Okay, somebody learned napkin etiquette, somebody learned BMW, fork and knife. Great. Cutlery etiquette. Okay, did you learn the cutlery codes? At least pausing and finishing, which was important, which should be done. Soup etiquette. The story of the king. Okay, great. Great.
The
Twirling
last
spaghetti.
two stories were very interesting about
Yeah.
the women and about the
Oh,
cheers.
so these mostly Apurva ma'am, whatever etiquette has started with a story.
Yeah.
Guys, I did not mention throughout the session was the the or European people always believe in showing the hands. So why this wrist thing that I was saying was because in earlier times people used to have weapons and they used to hide
Yeah.
them inside. So to show the hands that I do not have a weapon in my hand, the show of hands was important. That is how that etiquette started. Okay, so everything has a story behind it, and I hope there was something. Okay, I learned how to look like Americans.
A student was asking, ma'am, that if by mistake something just falls off the table and
Okay,
there's an awkward
great.
situation, so how to handle that?
Okay, guys, accidents can happen on the table. It can be whether you spill something. Let's say you spilled a drink. So, yes, you do have your napkins. These are cloth napkins. You quickly put it on the table. You don't wait till the server comes because it might fall on other people. So, use your napkin and call the server, of course, for help if you have dropped a cutlery by mistake, whether it's a spoon, fork, knife, anything. Please do not go under the table digging for it. Do not do that. Call the server, ask them for a fresh cutlery, and please remember they are also not supposed to pick it up unless it's blocking somebody's way or it is troubling somebody. If it goes under the table, they also wait for you to leave once you're done with the meal. That's when they pick up the dropped cutlery. Okay. So please don't do that. Do not go inside and get the cutlery which you've dropped. Okay,
Thank you.
Somebody is asking me, how do you apply jam? Okay, so butter toast and jam toast that you generally do, those are for breakfast buffets. Okay, so for breakfast buffets, you would have seen generally when you go and you pick up a bread, those are toasted and they come out of the toaster. So you pick up the entire toast and you apply butter or jam and you take it like that. In breakfast buffets also, you do have the option, what I taught, that you take one bite at a time and apply it and eat. However, for breakfast buffets, people prefer to pick up the entire toast. Okay. Whatever bread etiquette I taught you was the bread basket that is served with Italian food generally. Okay. So that was a little different. If by mistake the glass of water breaks, then just maintain your calm, guys. It's all right. Accidents happen. You just apologize. You just say extremely sorry, but I by mistake I've dropped it. The person will come and help you. Please do not get all psyched up. Oh my god, I did something wrong. It's absolutely fine. Okay. Can you repeat the story related to cheers? Guys, let me just take more important questions first. Should I have to pay to the restaurant for that? No. The restaurants generally never ask you that if you've dropped a glass, you've broken a glass. No, they're not supposed to ask you unless there is probably a small child and who's sitting and dropping things continuously. Maybe they'll come back to you on that. But no. South Indian food we eat with hands again. So I told you, etiquette is not against culture, guys. You can eat with your hands, but if you're sitting at home, a lot of us like to eat rice or gravy with it with hands. Please enjoy it at home. But however, if you are at a formal place, I would suggest never do that because again, you are giving an impression to people that you are not formal enough, you're not professional enough. So, yes, do not do it in a very fine dine restaurant or in a very formal setup. Okay, very good question. I forgot to mention women. Very, very important. When you're carrying bags to restaurants, where do you keep your bags? Guys, please listen. This is important. If there is, let's say, we are just two of us going out for a meal and there is a separate chair empty or the sofa is empty, you can keep the bag there. However, if it's a small clutch, a small shoulder bag, I can keep it at the back of the chair where I'm sitting at the back of the chair. And if it's a small clutch, I can even keep it on my lap and put the napkin over it. So there are two, three ways. You can even ask for a bag stool. A lot of people, if it's a branded bag, it's a Louis Vuitton, it's a Chanel, it's a Gucci, you don't want to spoil it. There are bag stools that they give you, or there are magnetic hangers which are there, which can be put under the table, and you can just hang if it's a light bag. If it's a big tote, obviously you will not be able to hang it there. And if you do not find any place, please put it at the back of your chair. Or, guys, even when you walk into an interview, for men also, guys, boys, men, please listen. If you're carrying a laptop bag, never put them on the table. Never. Okay. And one of the very important thing of dining etiquette is also that you never put the phone on the table. You always keep it in your bag, in your pockets, wherever. And men also who are carrying laptop bags, keep it on the left hand side on the floor, close to your chair. Okay. On the left hand side on the floor. If you're walking for an interview and even in a restaurant, if you do not find any space, then you put it down there, but not on the table. Okay.
Ma'am, the chat box is flooded with gratitude and a lot many comments related to the session. They've learned a lot, definitely.
Yeah, I'm so glad. The idea is that they should go back with learning. Yes. Okay, since you all are into the higher semesters, all the best, guys. And I'm so sure you're going to do great in life. And just want to thank you all for being such excellent audience, for participating so well. So thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. It's all because of you that we all were sticking by the really end. And definitely, we learned a lot. And I would extend a formal, heartfelt thank to you for conducting this session on fundamentals of etiquette and dining conduct. I think we all know that there are some rules, but we do not really know them concretely. So this session, I am sure that the students will take back these tips that you have given them and use it. And definitely, whenever they are going for a fine dining restaurant or anywhere, they would be now concerned and conscious about what they're doing, specifically like fork and everything, BMW. So many good tips that you have given to them. So I'm really thankful. We are all from Amity University Online, really thankful to you for engaging this practical approach and helping students to gain a clear understanding of formal dining manners. Thank you so much for taking out
Thank you.
time for us and the students.
The pleasure
This
was
is
all mine, Dr. Purva. Thank you. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
ma'am. Thank you so much. And we truly appreciate your time and the poise with which you took this session forward. And I must also thank all the students who were so participative throughout the session. Definitely, I could see them all bubbling with energy. That speaks a lot about the session and the expert also. Thank you so much, ma'am. And I think with this, we can end the session, right? Thank you, students, and good night. I'm sure that you'll have definitely some really tasty food after this because it calls for it. Thank you,
Absolutely.
everyone. All right, we can end the session.